For your fullest life. Today we are talking about pots, pans, and lids. Yes, I know. I normally talk all that trash about how great my drawing is. And now that I take another look at that pan, sort of looks like the dancing mirror from some Disney movie. Okay, well, now that we let that out. All right, let's move on. Pots, pans, and lids. So I could talk about this. I could probably do a conference on pots, pans, and lids. I actually shot this video twice, and it was just too long. So I'm going to stick to the key points. If you want to DM me, ask me any questions, great, because I could just go on and on. Because if you're cooking, man, this is your tool, your pots and pans. All right, so I'm going to get to the Courtney Townsend key points of what I believe pots and pans are most, my approach, let me say, on pots and pans, because they're extremely expensive, right? And then there are ones that you buy and then they don't perform either. And that happens for a variety of reasons. Some because they're not well made, and others because you might have the wrong tool for the job. You guys have heard that before. Okay, so the key point I also wanted to bring up is you want to know why. Because have you guys noticed, but at least in my inbox, I'm getting a zillion emails from retailers. They got pots and pans going sideways this week. It's like a burlesque show. They're like, do you want this kind? Do you want this? Would you like it to fly? I'm sure you could make a clafouti in this. Like, yeah, that's a lot of hustle going on this week. And I think the sales are going on well into next week. So I'm going to speed this up. So the main thing that I think is important about choosing your cookware is all about you. And in fact, to me, everything is pretty much all about you. Your relationships, your job, your cuisine. It's all about you. So if you know, and you make a lot of Italian food, if you make a lot of Asian style food, whatever style food that you make, please make sure that you choose cookware that actually performs well for those type of cuisines. You'll notice that as people are pumping up their stuff, they're pumping it up with a history of where it's from. Most of the time, the history is in alignment with the cookware, which is in alignment with the cuisine. So that's the other thing. And take a minute, spend a little time, meditate, and really think about what it is that you want out of this cookware. To me, more than that you're going to buy the giant set, which I actually don't believe in unless you're going to take the giant set and set it all out on the table. Really, I believe that you should buy cookware one piece at a time, not unless you already know what you want and you've got that money to spend. But buy one piece of a certain line, see what you like about it. I actually have multiple pieces from multiple lines. And let's see, I'm going to pull these out as fast as I can because this is where I got into trouble yesterday. So here we go. This is a beautiful cast iron Magnolite. I think this pan is probably, it's many decades old. It was actually my mom's. This thing performs incredibly. I'm sure it was a good piece of money. I think this was almost $100 many decades ago, but it has gone all over the world and never failed me. This cast iron is beautiful because it can sear, it not stir fry, it pan fries in just a monster way. And I mean, the sides are nice. It's a little heavy. That's the one thing I will say about cast iron. If you want to learn more about cast iron, I've done 2 videos there below, and I go extensively into cast iron. And there's different levels of cast iron and how they're finished. But again, a lot of times why people don't like cast iron is they think they can't care for it and it's too heavy. But that's another discussion. Let's see if I can get this. Ooh. Let's put this over here on that table. All right. Here's another cast iron. This is a less expensive set. I got this at Costco. It performs well. I've seasoned it, but again, and they're heavy. But again, to me, they don't have the age and the smoothness of the other pan that I showed you. Yep, got that out of there. Let's talk a little bit about stainless steel. Now, this is actually one of those Cathalons. You guys will see those now. They're really big about putting coatings on them. They also, I think, have moved more into a carbonized material lately. This is actually their stainless steel line. This again is many decades old, and it performs so well. And I mean this what's this? Not it's a casserole. This casserole has beautiful sides to it. It's got a nice curve. It lets the steam out wonderfully, and it's got a nice thickness to it. Things hold their heat. It's beautiful. And to me, this is another one of those. You buy one of these, one or two of these, you're fine. A lot of times in those sets, you'll notice they're trying to give you like 4 frying pans. How many of you guys are frying something at 4 frying pans? I mean, I am, but most people aren't. 4 frying pans? Come on. So that's what I'm saying. You might not want to get the set. They do give you lots of pots, but again, I don't see that many people function with that many pots. So here I go. Let me move on. All right, listen. Ooh, did I get it? Got that one out of the way. All right, in terms of, let's talk a little bit about the Le Creuset. So you might have heard a lot about that. Le Creuset is actually cast iron with an enamel on it, and they last forever. This sucker's so old, it don't even say Le Creuset on the top. They didn't used to do that. That's like the new branding thing in the last few decades or last couple decades. And you even see there's a burn on it. I mean, I started cooking. I think you guys have told you I started cooking when I was 6. But one of the things that's really beautiful, Le Creuset comes out of France. You know, so the French food, it performs out of these particular type of dishes. That enamel, the way the butters, the sauces come out of there. It's got a beautiful spigot on it. Look at that spigot. It's like, ooh, yes. I mean, you could do a raclette and pour your cheese. The other thing is, to me, a lot of the Le Creuset, although I've noticed they have other items in their line now that have the pure cast iron finish so that you can get that great sear pan fry. One of the things to me about the Le Creuset is the ones with the enamel, to me, they're always begging for liquid, meaning if you saute something, it wants to be deglazed and then finished. And then that's, to me, where these particular cookware pumps. Look at me, I'm talking like, wow, wow, wow. All right, the other thing is your standard Teflon. I'm not a Teflon person. I'm not, they say it's not Teflon anymore. Woohoo. But the coating, I believe anything that's got a certain coating means that the coating's gonna eventually come off, which is a whole nother story. So I have one of these. This is my one favorite. I like it for my crepes. And sometimes I like it because I feel like I'm doing, I act like I'm working in a hotel again, flipping things around, but I'm really not. I'm not into the coating. And when you go and you'll go to like a Ross or you go to other stores like that, they'll have a lot of cookware, but a lot of times they're full of coating. All right, I feel like, you hear me? Boom, boom, boom. All right, what else? Oh, wok. Yes. So I have a wok because I eat I have multiple woks actually, and a steam basket and the large steamer. But I'm saying that because going back to the concept of cuisine in you want to buy what you need. You only need, you only need one good wok. You only need 2 probably excellent frying pans and, a few different pots, but you want to be really clear about why you're spending your money and what's it doing. Now, my one trick, let's see if I got it out of there. Nope. All right, we'll put that one over there. So the one thing that's extremely important to me is put the correct top on that. Lids, lids, lids. And I say that because you could have actually a pot that's not really performing very well. It's all about that trick on how you can get something to do more of what you want it to do. And to me, a lid is actually the way to manipulate it. I have all kinds of lids because manipulating your steam and your heat has so much to do with getting what you need out of it. I also have a lot of lids because I don't really use a microwave. And lids are a wonderful way to be able to reheat things. So if that's something that's important to you, also think about which ones you're gonna buy, because you may want smaller pieces because you reheat a lot. There's nothing worse than a giant pan and all it's doing is burning up all your great liquid because you just want to reheat something. Now, when we're talking about lids, you want to make sure that you get a variety of them. If you decide to get that set, a lot of times they'll charge you more for the lids. Buy those lids. Get the clear lids. Get the sparkle lids. Get the, the lids that say, I love you. I don't know, but get those lids. So there are all kinds. There are flatter lids. If they have a dome lid, get the domes. I think those are even better because if you put things in a pot and they don't quite fit, but you know that they're going to make it, then the dome lid will allow them to have some air on the top and to go down. Also, if you're making dumplings, things like that, dome lids are better. It doesn't smash it. All right, let's get to the next key point, which is, no fronting. And I wrote that because don't spend too much money on some cookware that you're probably not going to really want, or on top of that, that you're not going to take care of. Because let me tell you, that cookware talks trash at night. And it's saying, you know that, Courtney, I know she had too much to drink last night. She had her friends over, and I know what she's going to do. She's going to make that food, and she's going to throw me in the sink. And then she may not even clean me correctly. No, no, no. No fronting. They don't really like that. In fact, I wrote at the bottom, love me in a special way, because it made me think that this particular pot that is actually, was my mother's, I think this pot could easily be 40, 50 years old. I think of a DeBarge song, and I just always think that this particular pot is just screaming like, you better treat me right. I'm not the average kind, and I could sing for you, love me. No, I will not be on any singing shows, but that's what this pot sings to me. It sings DeBarge songs. So I love you. If you have any questions, ask me, and I will certainly answer them. Choose wisely. Use those gift cards, yes. But get some goodies and let me see what you got. All right. Wishing you guys a beautiful day. Thanks again. Courtney's Food Fix, fuel for your fullest life. Bye.